Hey guys, good evening, and how are you doing? Great having you locked on to Conversations with Dr. Els. Hi, Patlin. Great having you locked on to Conversations with Dr. Els. I'm here a little later than usual, but I want to give you an update on something that I have been working on, and I am quite excited about it, and I want to share it with you. And so that's why we're here this evening. So great having you. If you know anybody who is married, anyone that is engaged, looking to be married, yeah, tell them, hey, there's a program, there's a conversation. I want you to join in to hear this, and let them just join this conversation. All right. So, hi to everyone, and it's great having you guys locked on to Conversations with Dr. Els. I want to jump straight into this. I know. As I said, it's not my usual time, but I want to really share this exciting news with you. And this is about something that is really, really helpful for those of you who are married, to assist and to help you to spice up your marriage. For those of you who are having some little challenges or something, it's for you to help you to really walk through. And so don't worry about it if you're not married, but if you know in future, the thing about this is that the information can help you for when you are ready to jump into marriage, or if you're looking, if you're seeking, this is for you. All right. So what I want to talk about this evening is I want to share with you a system that I developed, a framework, and some of you may have received an email from me or a WhatsApp message about this system. And it's really, really a great system that you really should tap into. And I want you to just join this system. I want to just say hi to a couple guys. My brother from another mother, Darren Charles, in Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, Darren, my brother, great having you locked on to Conversations with Dr. Els. Keep, doing great work that you're doing, worshiping God and blessing others. Andrew Richards, great man of God, has been serving the Lord for a long time, and it's great having you locked on to Conversations with Dr. Els. Keep serving the Lord. And so I see Princess Vicky, great having you also locked on to Conversations with Dr. Els. And guys, I want to say thank you for taking the time out to just listen to what I have to share with you. This exciting you. I mean, I did this thing, and when I look it over, I am so excited about it that I decide I want to share it with you, the world. What am I talking about? In the book of Proverbs, in Proverbs 27, the Bible says that like a continual drip in a continual dripping on a rainy day, and a contentious woman is alike. And I know ladies sometimes don't want to hear this passage, but the Proverbs was using a metaphor here, right? So it says a contentious woman is like a continual dripping on a rainy day. Now, I want you to understand this. I totally understand this. In the light, not that I have a contentious woman, okay, but I understand that aspect of continual dripping. Now, mind you, I did not grow up in a home where everything was nice. We were not the richest of people in our village. So I grew up I to be honest, I grew up in what people would say poor in terms of materially. I could tell you I enjoyed my years growing up, my childhood years, and so I did not think I was poor then. My parents did as much as they can to help us, but we didn't have the best of house. And I remember living in a house where there were when rain comes from time to time, you would have rain soaking through the roof, and even after the rain sometimes you would have those drip, and so we had to put buckets and other pots and pans at different places. I grew up with that, so I know what a drip is, and I know how irritating that is sometimes. Where you sleep, you gotta have to ease across the bed because you have to put a pan there or something like that. Yeah, I had that experience, all right. I had that experience. Good night, brother Arden Cameron Tanis. Great having you locked on to Conversations with Dr. Els. Right? So I'm saying that I grew up with the experience of understanding what a drip is and understanding how annoying it could be. So that even after the rain, you still have that continual dripping. And the Bible says that a contentious woman is like that irritating drip. Now remember, it's just it's a metaphor, all right? That Proverbs use, the wise men use, right? It does not mean that it is just for a woman, because you have men who could be contentious too, all right? And what I've found is that in marriage, you can have these situations, right? But hey, I'm building to share with you what I came up with, this framework. Okay, but what I found is that marriage oftentimes like that continual dripping. We have challenges, and a drip is not like, you go home and the water burst. No, just recently we had in New York, we had a pipe that burst, and I happened to be the first person who went into this building, and when I went to the building, I saw water and such like that at the front of the building, and I was like, this is strange. And as I walked to the back of the building, I heard the gush of water coming down, right? And sometimes marriage, we find ourselves at that place where the gush is happening. So marriage ends up in divorce and all of that, and we see just that big aspect of it. But I want to ask you a question. Those of you who are married, right? When was the last time you intentionally worked on your marriage? Because the framework that I build, right, it comes from the idea that, marriage don't break down overnight, but it happens, so that the Bible says a continuous dripping, right? And then things explode. So my question to you is, and to anyone who would see this live after, would be, when was the last time you intentionally worked on your marriage? I mean, guys, if you want to put it in the chat, if you want to be honest and put it in the chat, you can do so. But it's a question for you. When was the last time you intentionally worked on your marriage? I'm not talking about paying the bills. I'm not talking about handling the children and stuff like that. I'm not talking about, planning a trip somewhere, right? That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about intentionally strengthening the relationship itself. When was the last time you did that? Intentionally strengthening the relationship. I see some of you here who are married, both males and females. So this is my question to you and to all of you who would watch this after. All right? You see, most couples don't struggle because they don't love each other. And I've been really, I have intention. I've been sort of, what should I put it? I have been counseling people. I've seen things happening in marriage and stuff like that. So I understand that people get into issues, not that they don't love each other. They do love each other. Most couples, they don't struggle because they don't love each other. They struggle. You want to hear why? They struggle because they stop investing daily. And I mean, marriages work. Let me say hi to Pete, DJ Blacks, Rodney. Great having you locked on to conversations with Dr. Els. So the point I am making is that the marriage don't break down necessarily because people stop loving each other, but because they struggle in investing, or they stop investing daily into the marriage, right? I mean, come on, we invest in our careers, we invest in our business, we invest in our health. If you're in ministry, you invest in ministry. But marriage, we're talking about relationships. Let me put it this way, on a whole, because this can work even if you're not married. Because, conversations with Dr. Els don't just deal with, we deal with everybody, all right? So, this is for everybody. If you're in a relationship, whether you're married or not, this is for you, okay? So the idea is that marriage or relationship breaks down when people stop investing in themselves. Oftentimes we assume that the relationship would survive on autopilot. But may I say to you, I am sorry that is not so. That is not going to happen. The relationship would not survive just because you're married, or just because you love each other, or just because you're living in the same house, or just because you say this is my fiance or my girlfriend or my boyfriend or whatever. It doesn't work that way. And listen, I have been married for this, I would say, what, this is 2026. If you add my marriages, that would be like 25 years. All right. For those of you who probably don't know, my first marriage, my wife went on to be with the Lord, and then I married again to wonderful people. People I've had in my life, right? So I have some experience, and I've seen places where I messed up. Even today, let me be transparent with you. Even today, my wife had to remind me, you don't tell me how I look as often. Other people are telling me that, and you don't tell me that often. I was like, I got to intentionally work on that. I have to make sure I deal with that. Let me say hi to my brother, Pedro Brown. Great having you locked on to conversations with Dr. Els. All right. But that happens. Strong relationships, strong marriage are not sustained by feelings, the lovey-dovey feelings and whatever. That is good, right? But they're sustained by habits. Habits are things that you build over the years. Hey, my brother Curtis, great having you locked on to conversations with Dr. Els. All right. So strong relationships, strong marriages, builds over the years. You have to be intentional, all right? So they are sustained by habits. They are sustained by daily conversations. You're talking together. You wake up in the morning and you have conversations, and you're not just talking about the bills. You're not just talking about work. You're talking about the relationship itself. Strong relationships survive when you are willing to make small adjustments, things like that, okay? And so having understand Oh my, I am so sorry. Let me just put, I am so sorry. My dear sister Keisha is on. So I said hi to her husband Pedro and didn't say hi to her. Hi to you, my dear Keisha. Great having you locked on. So, because I understood that, because I understand the whole issue of marriage and how marriage work and relationship, actually just letting you know I'm a family life educator. I am a relationship coach. I understand these things. I've counseled people. I've done lots of premarital counseling, marital counseling. I've done that. So I understand that. Okay. So with all of that, what I did, and this is the exciting part that I want to share with you. I created what I call a 30-day drip-free marriage challenge. Remember, we started, those of you who came in later, we started talking about Proverbs 27, where the Bible says, a continual dripping on a rainy day and a contentious woman is alike. And so we're using that metaphor, we're using that idea of a continual drip. I mean, any one of you know that if you have a pipe that continues to drip, 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 drip in the same area, in the same place, you eventually gonna have a totally damaged building or whatever it is. Okay? So the idea is that marriages don't break down just overnight, but oftentimes the little things that we don't do that I talked about earlier builds up if we don't pay attention to that. So this framework that I built, all right, called the drip free marriage, I have a 30-day, I created a 30-day drip free marriage challenge. That's what this is about. Okay. Some of you, as I said earlier, you would have received from me either a WhatsApp with a photo or an email or something. This is what this is about that I want to share with you, right? And I created this not because marriages are broken, all right? I created this not because marriages are broken, but because marriages deserve maintenance. Come on, you have a vehicle, you maintain it. You have a house, you maintain it. If you leave it that without maintaining them, they're gonna break down. You will not be able to drive it anymore. You will not be able to live in the house anymore. So it is that we have to pay attention to our relationships, to marriage. So I've created this challenge, right? Like I said, if you don't service your car, if you don't update your phone, if you don't go to the gym, things like that, your life, if you don't work out, you are gonna have problems. Okay. And so, because if you understand that and you're doing that, my question would be, why wouldn't you intentionally strengthen your relationship? All right? Why would you not intentionally strengthen your relationship? And I see in the chat, you know how we do it on Conversations with Dr. Els. Someone said, true, songs like dripping from a tank. Eventually the tank goes dry if it is not fixed. That is another really great illustration there. If you have a tank that is dripping over the years and nothing is stopped, you did not stop the drip, you didn't do anything to it, eventually the tank is going to dry. Same metaphor we could use in our marriage. All right. So for this is what my drip free challenge is. My 30-day drip free challenge is. For 30 days, the challenge is one of such where I'll guide you through some short, focus daily reflections. It will take just about 5 to 8 minutes, and they are simple, they are practical, they are intentional. And tell you, I have persons who have already started this challenge, and I've seen people message me and said, someone said to me, I really needed this. Another person say, I love this idea. This is great for relationship. Someone say, I know a friend who this would work well for. All right. So this is the whole idea. Let's build our relationships, right? It's simple, it's practical, it's intentional. Okay, and so you can do it. Let me say, because I had this question. Someone asks also, do my husband need to do it? But this challenge is one where you can do it on your own. All right. Hi, Trisha Warrell. Great having you locked on to Conversations with Dr. L. So the challenge that I created is set up in such a way that you could do it by yourself or you can do it together. All right. But what you cannot do is ignore those small things in your relationship. All right. So what I'm saying to you, even if you're not in a relationship, you're not married or anything, but you have a friend, people who are in relationships or are married, this is something that you can share with them. I know some of you, I sent it to you and you're not married and you're like, why Dr. Els is sending me this? Because I know that you are a person of influence and that you know persons who are married. And this will be something that is great for them. So what happened? This is how it is. Once you sign up for this drip-free challenge, you're going to get an email welcome you to the challenge. And the next day for 30 days, you will get emails that would help you to work through. Like I said, they are practical, they are intentional, and they are simple. It will just take you 5 to 8 minutes a day. Really. To what? Would you not just take that few minutes to work on your relationship? I ask. Would you not do that? If you want to build your relationship, I would say that you really should try this. All right. And it is not that your relationship, because some people may say, well, my relationship is good, so I don't need it. It's not broken. Hey, this is something that for maintenance that you can do. So whether your relationship is good, there's always someplace better for it to be. All right. If your relationship is not good, this is something that can help you. Right. So you don't want to ignore the small things, like not talking to your partner, not being intentional, not listening. So these are some of the things that you would see. All right. So hey, listen. If you want to build, not just repair, if you want to build, if you want to strengthen, not just survive. You don't want to just survive in your relationship. You want to strengthen your relationship. If you want to be proactive and not reactive, I say to you, join this just 30 days, 5 to 8 minutes a day. Join this challenge. Now, how can you join this challenge? You can go to www.dripfreemarriage.com. All right, so that's www.dripfreemarriage.com. all right, you go there and you sign up. And like I said, you will receive a welcome email. All right, you will receive a welcome email, and then the next day you will start the challenge. All right. Yeah, I am working. Have it, put it in the chat for you guys. www.dripfreemarriage.com. You go there, you sign up. Let's together, guys. Let's build strong marriages, strong relationships. Like I said, you may know someone who needs something like this. Married people who are in relationships, they may be engaged. So let's build relationships and purpose, right? And so it's very important. Hey guys, I am inviting you to this special 30-day drip free marriage challenge. Once you're in a relationship, this is gonna help you. Like I said, I've already started getting feedback of persons who have joined the challenge, and we just started. I just uploaded this challenge, and I have several people who have already signed up and start giving feedback of how the challenge is helping. So I want you to just go to www.dripfreemarriage.com and join this challenge. It's really great, and it is helpful for you guys who are in relationship or know anyone who is in a relationship. This is going to be quite helpful for you. All right, so www.drip DRIPFREE marriage MARRIAGE.com. Okay, you can go there and sign up for this challenge, and I promise you it would be great for you and your partner, your spouse, your significant other, whoever it is that you really want to get this. This is going to help you, right? So that's what I want to share with you. Let me just. I want to just pull this up for you to see. All right. Let me see where I can get this, but let's go here. All right. Okay, I'm having some challenge in here on my capture, but guys, like I said, this challenge, this 30-day challenge that I've created, I want to encourage you. Go to www.dripfreemarriage.com, sign up for this challenge, and I'm sure you will thank me later. All right, so guys, I just wanted to share this exciting news with you. I have a book called Drip Free Marriage, and that is right now editing, right, doing some tweaks on that, and I am looking forward for that book. It's gonna help marriages. Drip Free Marriage: How to Stop the Slow Leaks that ruin love. How to stop the slow leaks that ruin love. And again, guys, as I said earlier, marriage don't just break down one time. People don't just get up and have a big fight and then get divorced. It is because of certain things that has been happening over and over that we tend to ignore. And so in helping you to get past that, I've developed this challenge, which I'm inviting you to join me on, and let's build stronger relationships. So guys, God bless you. Thanks for taking the time to be on and to hear what I have to share with you. And I'm looking forward to see you joining with me in this challenge. So God bless you and have a good evening. Next week, God's willing, we will continue our usual conversations with Dr. Els, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7:30 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. So God bless you and have a good rest of the evening. And remember, whatever you do this week, add value to somebody's life. God bless you. Goodbye.